Hey, good evening, everyone. It's Thursday night. A lot of comments so far. Ian, hey, my day was good. It's been a long day. I got up at 6 a.m., did a lot of work in the garage, and probably do it all over again tomorrow. Trying to beat the rain and the cold, of course. The cold's what's going to get us all. The showers and storms tomorrow. Again, this is a very low-end threat. I see a lot of mixed solutions from the forecast guidance. But overall, I think the highest chance of thunderstorms is coming after 9 o'clock tomorrow night through about 10 or 11 o'clock in the evening. So there's a short window for this, although we could see some rumbles through 1 a.m. The threat of severe weather is very low, and I doubt we're going to have enough lift ahead of the main frontal boundary to see these bigger thunderstorms in the early afternoon hours. So again, that's one thing I'm pretty confident in. But overall, we are looking at a few strong storms. The biggest concern I have is the cold air coming in Monday, and that's not leading to any severe weather, but it's going to be kind of uncomfortable, right? So let's get into your forecast. We'll start with a 10-day forecast. Things we're pretty confident about. We will see a few thunderstorms tomorrow evening, most likely after 9 o'clock through roughly midnight. The frontal boundary is coming in from the due north very slowly, and there's not a lot of wind tomorrow, so there's not a lot of what we call convergence ahead of this frontal boundary. And the main area low pressure, it's over the Great Lakes, but it's lifted northeast rather quickly. I think what's happening with and the model guidance is having trouble with, is the fact that this system coming in Sunday and Monday is so strong, and it's going to pack such a punch with the cold air that it's kind of, that's going to become the main player. And this front Friday night is going to weaken out quite a bit. Now, as far as Saturday goes, one thing that front's doing Friday, it's pushing that humidity, the unstable air that's going to develop tomorrow, it's pushing it farther south. So it's kind of going to glide to the south slowly, late Friday night into early Saturday morning. So Saturday looks really nice. Saturday's going to be the nicest day we will have until Wednesday of next week. So I think we said that last week. There was a week where I said we won't see the sun for like 5 days. So that's kind of the way things go this time of year. But you look at Sunday. Sunday's going to be a windy day. Havoc hockey is at 5 o'clock in the evening. By the time the game's over, I would assume maybe around 8 o'clock. The temperatures are going to be falling into the 40s. The wind chill is going to be in the 30s, all the way down to 30 Monday morning. And then just a brutally cold day, to be honest. I mean, if it was February 39, yeah, that wouldn't be too out of the ordinary. But early November, that's too early. Record lows are around 20 to 22 for Tuesday morning, which is Veterans Day, by the way. We'll be close, but I don't think we're going to see a lot of records. It's going to be near record lows. We'll just put it at that. Veterans Day in the afternoon looks okay with a high of 51. But I mentioned this earlier today, the Veterans Day parade at 11 o'clock in the morning, downtown Huntsville, and there are other Veterans Day activities going on too. But if you're looking for a spot to watch the parade, you may want to Google and find out where you're going to be in the sun, because downtown Huntsville, you're going to be buildings blocking. It's going to be about 10 degrees warmer, and this is especially true if you have kids or newborns, things like that. You're out watching the parade, saluting our veterans, and you want to be a little bit warmer, find a place that's going to be in the sun. 39 for the high. The winds Monday, by the way, 39 for the high. The wind chill is going to be in the 20s all day. But we're looking at 40s during the parade on Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday look fantastic. So again, looking better down the road. So let's get into the forecast a little bit more here. Again, I want to thank all you for tuning in tonight. This probably won't be pipe bursting weather yet. Keep in mind, the ground temperatures are still very warm. A lot of even in the crawl space, that warm ground under your house is going to maintain probably higher humidity down there. But this is not pipe bursting cold. Usually we don't have pipe issues until we get into the single digits, and that's in the heart of winter. Now, there are exceptions. If you have an outdoor kitchen, yes, you need to turn the water off. If you have an irrigation system, you never know how shallow your irrigation, your sprinklers are. If you have a swimming pool, all those things are different. Again, it's different for everyone when we talk about colder temperatures. But overall, most people will not have a problem with their homes. But it's that they say you got a garage with exposed pipe. If you have PEX pipe, those pipes last quite a bit longer. It takes more for them to burst than it does, say, the traditional copper pipe. But here's the forecast summary as we head into the weekend. Tomorrow, more humidity. It's going to feel like a spring day out there. Some stronger storms, 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. The main threats, some isolated high winds. Hail size, probably pea to dime size. You've probably heard some people throwing around the tornado. And again, I mention this more and more and more. Every front that we have come through, it seems like the tornado word gets mentioned. It's always the can't be ruled out. It's not zero. I would not worry about a tornado threat. If we get a tornado warning, it's for these EF0. It's for a weak tornado. The atmosphere is not supportive of strong tornadoes tomorrow. The setup is not for tornado. And I mentioned this last night. If you were to take a class and a test, given the atmosphere, an atmospheric science test, and if you said we're having tornadoes tomorrow, you would fail that test. That's where we are in meteorology. There's so much focus on these EF0 tornadoes now. We've probably had them for years. The challenge is they don't really do a whole lot of damage. And I don't think you don't need to spend your whole day worrying about it. If we get a tornado warning, sure, it'll be a short fuse warning most likely, but I think the chances of that are less than 5%. So again, there's a lot of storm anxiety. I would not hang up on that. When there's a big threat for tornadoes, I'm going to let you know. Or if a higher threat of severe weather, I'm going to let you know. A first alert weather day does not mean it's a high-end threat of severe weather. It's a term we used to say you need to be checking back for updates on this. Bike ride to work tomorrow morning. Yeah, you're going to be fine. Yeah, 4:30, you'll be fine. We're going to go through the data here in a second. Quick look, a few showers late Saturday, and then Sunday, the Arctic front comes in and crashes the party, basically. So let's get you started here. We'll take a look at the model guidance. This is noon tomorrow. This is the very latest data just coming in. It does show a little more scattered shower activity ahead, but it's been going back and forth. Earlier in the week, the long-range model guidance said it was going to be raining from 1 o'clock all the way to 10 o'clock, but that is not the case. But it is going to be a nice warm day tomorrow. A little breezy late in the day, but notice we get towards 7 o'clock. The thing is you look at these models and they all kind of start looking uniform. Adam got blocked. Yeah. The thing you need to realize, again, I want to go off screen here. Adam's talking about, he said he's got blocked by a weather page for calling them out. Bumble is not coming out, Andy. Bumble is going to be reserved for when we actually have some decent snow flurries on Monday. They just don't count. But again, the challenge is these people on social media, no matter what social media outlet it is, if you notice and you go down to the number of shares, the number of views, they are getting paid in most cases, especially the high-end users, they're getting paid and they like you to share that and they get paid by the amount of conversation. So here comes the challenge, and I learned this. When you start arguing with these people, Adam, about their views on the social media and in general with any post that causes an argument, they like that. Social media likes that because it keeps people engaged, and the more engagement you get, the more money these people are making. So just if it comes to just false information, people will share false information, and there will be the argument between the people who follow this page all the time, who are arguing for this person, and then it's an argument against it. But the whole point is social media is making the money off of all of us because it's creating that engagement. It keeps people going to that page. So again, that's what social media does. It loves people to come back and argue or discuss, I should say, some things. But as we get into Friday evening, here's 9 o'clock. Confidence is growing that 9 o'clock to about 1 o'clock in the morning will be the window for some of these stronger storms. But notice the temperatures. They've dropped back into the 60s, becoming rain-cooled. This frontal boundary will come through, some thunder, some lightning, small hail, isolated damaging wind gusts, and that should be about it from this. And I think even beyond this, things will fade away. Here's a look at the satellite radar tonight. Nothing going on out there tonight. and we'll continue to watch this. Our storm system, this first one Friday is a Pacific storm system. Actually, it's closer than that. The next system's actually back there. The one coming through was in the Pacific Northwest yesterday. So overall, we have a chance for some stronger thunderstorms. Tomorrow, it's a first alert weather day. It's not a high-end first alert weather day, and the winds may pick up to around 12 miles an hour. I'm going to take this break here, and when we come back, I'm going to talk more in depth about the CAPE, the convective available, the instability, the convective available potential energy involved ahead of tomorrow's storms, and then we're going to dive into the flurries and the cold air coming Monday, right after this break, which runs 1 minute. Ten more seconds. Got to hang on. All right, the break is over, everyone. We made it. Here's your planner for tomorrow. Again, thunderstorm activity not until late in the day. Somebody asked about riding a bike to work, motorcycle weather. It's going to be nice. Tomorrow is one of those days where you get out and enjoy the weather while it's nice and warm, because as we know, the weather can turn on a dime, and that's exactly what's going to happen Sunday. And tomorrow night, and I know a lot of football games have been moved, and the challenge is when you're forecasting the weather, when you're planning, you need to know at least 2 days in advance what you think is going to happen. If there's even the remote possibility you're going to have strong, maybe severe thunderstorms during a football game, especially high school football. College is a totally different thing, different responsibilities. But when it comes to high school, you gotta side on the side of caution. So let's talk about thunderstorm fuel here, and you're going to see some different colors. This is instability. And I'm going to put my glasses on because the text is a little smaller. Notice at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, 20 in the J/kg, that's joules per kilogram. It's our scientific term as we kind of nerd out here with the meteorology. And if you've been hanging out this long, you deserve to see this, right? So notice the red area, that's the mugginess, that's the unstable air, and you're going to start feeling that around 4 o'clock. But notice there's no real convergence. There's no real forcing of these molecules together to create these stronger updrafts, even produce storms. This is the HRRR model, by the way, too, which is usually very, very aggressive. That's the other thing I'm finding when I look at some of the model guidance. Even the NAM model, for those of you maybe following, the NAM model usually overdoes everything. It's like it may not even rain. So again, proceed with caution as we go through this. Notice how the instability develops roughly between 9 p.m. and midnight, and that's it. Then it's over. So now let's talk cold weather. Here's the Arctic blast. The only thing that's changing is the position of where the snow flurries are, and I know the white and the purple look a lot more ominous. We may actually start to see snow showers on the Cumberland Plateau and areas of far northeast Alabama. But as far as accumulation, it's not going to happen. And this is not pipe bursting weather. This is the noon hour. We look for consistency, and it looks like we're going to be in the upper 30s. And that rain is not going to be rain. The upper air is so cold, this is all going to be snow. Whatever falls will be snow, but most likely snow flurries. And this may continue through 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I do think there could be accumulation of snow up in the Smoky Mountains. We continue to drop temperature-wise down into the 20s Tuesday morning. So again, this is just a taste of winter. For those of you that have already decorated for Christmas, put the tree up. Hey, you're going to be in the Christmas spirit the holiday spirit as we go into Monday, Tuesday. But it's temporary because we're going to warm right back up. We'll be back close to 70 by next weekend. I got to get ready to do some radio, get ready for the 10 o'clock news. But again, threat of severe weather is low tomorrow, but I can't rule out some isolated severe thunderstorm wind gusts, 50 to 60 miles an hour. And again, 58 miles per hour is the official gust for severe weather, maybe some smaller hail. But again, we'll have more tomorrow. You guys take care, and I appreciate you tuning in.